coming to say hello. So this is going to be the future home of the garden, eventually. Probably spring break, when the kids are on spring break, I'll come out and really get this going. Hi, Miss. Hey there, Penny. Miss Penny. What you doing, Miss Penny? Good girl. Okay, so I wanted to show you my setup. It's not the prettiest, and it's probably not the cleanest, but just bear with me. Okay, so in here is where the rabbits are, and this whole cage system used to be for rabbits. I used to just solely do rabbits, and I am slowly transitioning over to chickens because they changed our laws and now we can do a bunch of different stuff. So this over here is where all of our bunnies are, and this is just kind of temporary for the time being until I can get cage stands, or I haven't decided if I'm going to hang the cages against the fencing or whatnot. But these rabbits, I actually don't even own any of these rabbits. These are my daughter's rabbits for her 4-H. Oh, and they're learning the hierarchy out there. My daughter has yet to come in and clean, so you are seeing it at worst case scenario. And we got our food bins. We have the pink is for the rabbit feed, the green is for the chicken feed, and then we come over here and we have our baby Cornish, my baby chickies that we're raising for meat. Okay, so now we come into the chickie area. Gotta make sure I close everything. And I don't know if you can actually see this, but along the bottom half of the fencing, I went and got, it's like netting for your garden that you would put over trees or bushes or whatnot to keep birds from getting in and eating all your fruits and such. So because the babies are still a little small, I don't want them slipping through the chain link. So down here I've got it covered to keep them from thinking they can get out. And then this is just some stuff that you can get at Garden Supply. It's just a shade. You could get it at Tractor Supply or Home Depot or whatever. And it just creates some more shade. Living in Arizona during the summertime, when the sun comes up, it'll really cook in here. So we've got to keep the girls cool. And these gals are trying to figure out what in the world I am doing. I'm talking to myself. What in the world? So, and then previously from having rabbits, we have a mister system set up, and it runs the whole length of the entire place. I don't know if I'm going too fast for you guys, but yeah, so they have mister set up, and then during the summertime we have 2 huge giant fans that we bring in to help circulate the air when there's no airflow during the summertime, because our 115 degree summers are no bueno, not very fun at all. So I just put up this roosting bar yesterday, got it zip tied in place to keep it from sliding around when the girls want to hop up there. Over here we've got our pellet feeder, which just kind of kick it and it scoots down, and then I fill it from the top. And then this is for oyster shell for the chickens for their calcium. I'm actually letting this run out because I'm starting to save all of the eggs, and what I do is when I've got a gaggle of eggshells, I take them and I bake them in the oven on a cookie sheet, about 250 bake them on the cookie sheet for about 15 minutes, let them cool down, and then I crush them up and feed them back to the chickens for calcium. And it's a free way of giving them calcium without having to buy any highfalutin junk. And it's recycling what I already have, reusing what I already have, and it does not make the chickens peck at their eggs. I have not had a single issue feeding them their baked eggshells back and having them go after their eggs. So then we have this feeder, which I have some, they get junk in it all the time, but it just has the crumbled stuff in it. We're gonna hang that up there and have it hanging down. And then we have a water one that we're gonna hang on this side eventually. But for now, they're just down there. They're kind of up off the ground though, but as you can tell, they still get junk in it. And then they have the water dish, which I haven't come out here to do chores yet this morning, so you're seeing it at its most used up. And then right now, this is the little gal's coop. This is what they were brought out here in. So over here I have their dust bath, and all I have in there is diatomaceous earth and wood ash from my fireplace. I have thrown some sand in there a little bit to help keep it from just blowing all over the place, but for the most part that's what I have in there. It helps keep down on the bugs, the mites, fleas, whatever they could possibly get. It'll dry them out and kill them, so my birds stay healthy and happy and wonderful. And Miss Mabel's gonna come and see if I've got anything for her. She's hollering at me. She wants some treats. So this is just their temporary little coop that they all go into, that they've been used to for the last little while. Oh, hello, little one. And then we have the big coop, well, bigger coop. It's meant for about 4 to 6 chickens, which we're gonna get a second one and set it over here, so that way all the girls have space and room to come in and lay eggs if they so choose. It's just a cute little thing. They've got roosting bars on one side, and then over here, let's see if we've got it. Nope, no eggs yet. Is where they can lay their eggs, and it works out great for what we have for right now. Eventually I think I want to get it up off of the ground. It's not completely sitting on the ground, but I think I would like to lift it up a little bit. But it's funny because my girls don't even roost in there at night. They roost on the top. So they're strange. I have strange chickens. I'm still learning all this. I'm still new at all this, but anyhow, these are my girls. And oh, and then this opens up, well, I've got it latched right here, but it opens up out into the garden. And how I have this set up, and I have it set up like this on purpose because of the children and the dogs that I have. Hi there. So because of the children and the dogs that I have, I actually have it set up to where you have to go through 2 gates to get into the chicken run, because the chickens are just free running around in here. You have to go through 2 gates to get into them. That way if the kids come in to feed the rabbits and one of the dogs decide to sneak in underneath their feet, the rabbits are still protected because they're still in another cage. And the same thing with the garden area. If they sneak in underneath the kids' feet, there's still another fence that protects them before you get into the chickens through the garden. So, and then this way I can also let the chickens, when they're bigger, I can let them out into the garden to help me kind of work over the dirt and the soil or whatever, let them free range for bugs. the birds really liked it when I moved all the cages over, because they started rooting around in the rabbit manure and was finding big old fat juicy grubs. So they really liked that. But anyhow, I just wanted to kind of show you my setup and how I've got things going for my little city homestead-ish thing. I know a lot of people will be like, oh, she's not a homesteader. She lives in the city. She doesn't do this. She doesn't do that, whatever. You know, I'm doing what I can with what I got, and that to me seems about pretty homesteady. I'm learning. Grew up in the city, grew up, you know, not doing all this kind of stuff, so this is a learning experience for me and for my family, and it's fun. I like it. So anyway, have a great day. I hope you guys are all doing wonderful, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye!